I really think that musicians could learn from drag queens. And let me explain. The thing I love about drag and drag is so incredible at is that drag kings and queens stick to the bit. They are committed to the bit. They are committed to the character in which they are presenting. It makes you believe in the world that they are presenting to you. Drag queens and drag performers in general are just so fantastic when it comes to world building, when it comes to creating an environment for the audience to get sucked into. And I feel like musicians, at least independent musicians, I feel like we could really learn from that. We could learn from that because a lot of times artists are too cool to do anything. They don't want to look, cringe. It's all about authenticity, whatever that even means. I would argue that a drag queen is probably more authentic than most people in their everyday life, to be honest, but that's a different video. But like drag queens, like they commit fully to the character. And I think that's why I feel like it's easier for people to go to a local drag show, regardless of who the drag performer is, and have a good time versus trying to get someone to come to see a local band or a local artist is so much harder. It's so much harder to sell tickets for a local act that no one has ever heard of, but it seems easier to do so if it's a drag performer. It's just something I've noticed, at least here in Chicago. Like the thing with drag is like, yes, it's a fantasy, but they're so committed to it that you buy into it, and you're just immersed. That's what drag does. Like it immerses you into their world. You get so you kind of forget where you are basically. And I feel like a lot of musicians, we don't really do that. We become just the guy who plays guitar, the person who plays in a band, someone who does maybe cover songs, but it's nothing really interesting. It's not a lot of drag homies. Like they are so much better at the content game than almost all musicians that I know because they treat the internet, social media, this screen that you're seeing me, they treat this shit like it's a TV show. They treat it like it's MTV. And that's what they do so brilliantly. That's what they do so brilliantly. Whereas a lot of musicians, we get on here and all we do is tell you guys how hard it is to be a musician, how much we hate it, how much we hate making content. And while there's definitely some truth in that, but no one cares. Nobody wants to hear that. It's not very inspiring. Like, or if we don't do that, we do what I call desperate energy, bagging energy. And I know you guys have seen these kind of things where it's like, hey guys, if you just stick around for 5 seconds to help out a small indie artist, or hey guys, I know most people are going to scroll past this, but if you could just listen for 23 seconds, like, girl, you are amazing and you are dope. Invite us into your world. You don't need to beg for my attention. You are already amazing. You need to tap into that and get me to sit down and watch whatever it is or listen to whatever it is that you have made. And whereas drag performers, they have this boss bitch energy where it's just kind of like, bitch, I know I'm amazing. I know I'm fantastic. You need to get into this. Point blank, period. It's not that I'm not missing out on you. You're missing out on me. They have that kind of like, that kind of energy that just makes you pay attention. That's what musicians need.